So in this video, I'm at 415 Estates. I have a bridal wedding dress shoot I'm gonna do today. And I thought it would be super cool to do a makeup look that I would do if I was getting married. And this is the look. Stay tuned to see me in a wedding dress and to see the makeup look. Love y'all. And before you start, no, I am single. I just think it would be cute since I'm gonna be in a wedding dress to do my makeup how I would do it. Starting off with the Grande Lash Hydrating Lip Plumper. I love this stuff. It is my jam. Moisturizing prime, so I'm gonna use the Embry moisturizer. Makeup is as good as your skincare, I swear. I get facials on the regular. Here's my Milk Cosmetics Matting Primer. I am an oily girl, so I'm getting into the crevices of my face. Because I have oily skin, I am gonna set my primers. This is the One Size setting powder, and I'm just gonna put it in places that I get the oiliest, which is around my nose. I'm gonna start on skin. I'm going to just color correct areas on my face. Don't want to peek through my makeup. My finger just to warm the product into the skin a lot better. So tan on, so I feel like I look like a ghost in the face. It's all gonna come together, I swear, please. Trust the process. Now that we let that sit, I'm gonna use my Curve Case by Makeup by Mitchell. And I'm gonna take these two bronzing shades and just bronze my skin all over. Today is gonna be layers. I'm gonna put on my definition of a lot of makeup. What I love about underpainting is I get to do this, which you could do this with makeup, but this way I don't have to use a lot of makeup. I could just crisp it up just with my finger. I like a too sculpted nose. I like just adding color back into my face with contour for the most part. Now I'm gonna go under my lips, over lip, so. My chin, I want a more pointy chin. You see how I just, yeah. All about the illusion. Now I'm gonna take the blush from that palette. I'm gonna mix these two together, the pinks. I'm just gonna put that right under my contour. I feel like it also helps with my darkness under my eyes. It acts like a second color corrector, so that's why I like to put the blush on right under the concealer. Take my concealer from Too Faced and I'm going to conceal, then I'm going to brighten, and then I'm going to brighten again. I'm going to use my handy dandy powder puff. Goal 2 is everything up. I want a more lifted type of situation going. And I always bring the concealer on my nose. A lot of people think that the contour is what contours your face, and it's really the concealer. That's why when you see people bake, they bake on the sides of the nose, because that's where you're going to get the benefit of your contour. Like, I will go back over to just making this a more ombre type of situation. My other Too Faced concealer, I'm just gonna brighten. Just start by adding a little and then working my way up. And I know it looks crazy now, but it's gonna come together. I'm gonna take my Makeup Forever foundation stick. I mushed them all and I put them in here. Around it so it's evenly coated and just dab all over. Really cutting that contour. To cream, just because I feel like it's easier to apply and all skin types can use it. And I almost forgot, I'm gonna take some of that bronzing and I'm gonna put it on my ears. Bear With Me spray, this is gonna use that. Spray in layers for the longevity of my makeup. So before creams, when I set my face, and then I use my One Size all over after. So after I look like a glazed donut, see, this is what good skincare. Now I'm gonna take my One Size powder in translucent, and I'm gonna make sure I have no creases. I'm gonna take that powder, I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand just so it's not clumpy when I put it on. And I'm just going to set my whole entire face. Since this will be my wedding day, I am gonna use 3 powders. So I'm gonna take my Ultra Pink powder from One Size, and I'm going to use that to brighten my under eye. Put that on, because this has to last. And I'm gonna go on the sides of my nose and just out. The third powder is Sweet Honey in One Size, and I'm gonna use that to bake under my bronzer. The reason why I like to use the Sweet Honey instead of translucent is because it has a little bit more color and it doesn't make me look crazy when I dust it off. Without setting, we're gonna start on eyes. I'm going to use a concealer just to cancel out my hyperpigmentation. I'm not gonna do anything too extravagant just because on my wedding day, I don't want anything like too crazy. Personal preference of mine. Powder and just set that. For my eyes, I'm gonna take my One Size Beauty contour and then put that all over my lid to marry that into my nose. That way there's no disconnection. I'm gonna take my Patrick Tar palette, take that this orangey color, the deep brown shade, and just put it in my crease. My brown eyeliner from Essence. I'm just gonna smudge that all on my lid. I take this color by ColourPop called Ladybird. This is my favorite, as you can see. And I'm just gonna take my finger, really coat it. Before we do lashes, I'm gonna take my Essence black liner and I'm just gonna tight line my eyes. For my lashes, I wanted something super flirty, but still like dramatic, but not too dramatic. Kiss lashes, it's called White T-shirt, which, twin. See how I just added just that perfect, and then when I put mascara on, because I have long lashes, it's gonna enhance even more. When we're done with the eyes, we're gonna dust off this powder. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury powder just to add more coverage. I like to put extra powder in the areas that I am oily in. In that shade, I'm gonna go back into this shade, which is a contour shade, and just really focus in on my cheekbones. And since I want something pinky, I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place pink blush. I don't wear highlighter, but on my wedding day, I feel like I will just because it looks good in pictures. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Afterglow. My brows, I'm gonna lash brow wax, Morphe pencil, and chocolate mousse. And I'm just gonna back into my Patrick Ta palette. I'm gonna take this white shade and mix it with this nude shade and go in my inner corner. I prefer this over a glittery shade just because I feel like it opens up my eyes a lot better, and I'm just gonna blend it because sometimes I get too excited. My classic brown lip liner with the pink lip and a gloss. So NYX, it's the Too Blessed. I love this color because it's just the right shade of brown, and I'm gonna overline just this ever so slightly. Some of that translucent powder, put it all over my lips. This is going to help your lip liner stay a lot longer. Add another layer of lip liner. Today I'm gonna use my Made by Mitchell Cupid case, pink right here. So that's all over. I'm just gonna take a brush and just blend them. Pretty. And I'm gonna take my Fenty gloss. This used to be clear, so. And I'm just going to gloss my liner. And I'm just gonna dab. I don't want too much gloss in the center. If I kiss this man, I don't want him to just like leave too glossy, you know? This one in the front part. I'm gonna take my One Size Beauty spray. That stuff's some good stuff, boy. I tell you what, my God. And I know on my wedding day, I'm gonna have body glow. I just picked this up. I have the Made by Mitchell one. I'm gonna put this on first, and then I'm gonna try the Palms Cocoa Butter Body Oil. I'm gonna put that on next, and then I'm gonna finish the glitter spray, girl. You know what I'm talking about. Ooh, story of my life. This is the Made by Mitchell one. It smells so good, and it just goes on so beautiful. This is why I tell people to get a spray tan or use tan, because your skin just looks so healthy when the body glow comes on. And we're gonna put some of this oil on. And that just adds another like, oh, please spare me. Anyone? Oh, and it smells like cocoa butter, obviously, because it's a cocoa butter product. Does anyone want to get married? Oh my gosh, I look so good. Off with this spray. With this spray, if this is your first time using it, don't just spray and then do this. You gotta like go from afar and spray in layers. Because if you don't, you're gonna have like a big blob of glitter spray right there. This is the finished look. I think it's super bronzy, super brighter, super blushy, and I'm obsessed with it. Oh my gosh. All I gotta do is my hair and I'm getting the wedding dress, and I'm gonna see you guys in the wedding dress. Look, I wore my wedding strips. If you watch my other video, you know.